Testicles, testicles, 944. What's that? 10 minutes late. But no worries. No one flipping joins. Anyway, groovy. I am. What's the word? Yeah, MADtrading. Face for radio and voice for silent film, as always. Right, I'm just going to mute myself because no one else is around. No one's going to bother their ring piece to join on, I suspect. So I'm just going to do my thing and have a look on the demo side, which is pretty much the same as the live side for the data wise. But anyway, if you want anything looking at, give me a shout. Give me a quick chat up on you or the tube, and I'll go over it with you, and I'll say hi. Until then, I'll shut me mush. Just in case anyone does watch this back later, I'm looking here. On my left, I've got the screen, got my the live count on here. Excuse me. I have my MT4 for the funded. So what I'm putting up here, I'm mirroring, I suppose you want to call it that way, on the MT4 and on one of the lives. Well, there's a couple of lives with IG, but not my personal account. Even at a pound a point, 770 is a bit too rich. Take up, 600 quid. My balance. So I don't want to set it on that. So I'm going to take it fractionally on MT4 over here. Don't really want to show you that. It's got all my stuff on it. Things I've paid a lot of money for. Really don't do anything. But anyway, it's also got all my my live open trades and some whatnots on it. So yeah, just in case you're watching at a later date, that's what I'm doing. And why I'm silent is because no one joined. I'm not bother doing these. again, anyone that's watching this that may or may not have had a PDF from me and may or may not have been asking me to help them figure out my strategy, you better see this one will be close if there's some resistance. Resistance at the top there. Oh, I'm so knackered. It'll be close, but it might. I'm already in this one, by the way, but it might have. It might make it. It might not. We'll see. We just take the trade, and I do know that it's engulfing a Sunday, but I put out a little message a couple of weeks ago now, maybe on either Telegram or the other one. What's it called? Discord. Oh, yeah, me. Just mentioning that, yeah, some Sundays, because of the current market, some Sunday engulfings, in other words, Monday engulfing a Sunday candle, could work out. My statistics don't really take into account engulfing Sundays, so a Monday engulfing candle. But on a couple of back tests I've done recently, whilst I should have been sleeping at work, which I wasn't, so I did some back tests. They did work out rather well. So the only thing that's kind of going against me in a minute would be this resistance line up here, but it might break through just to take some extra profits and then dip back down again. So anyway, maybe we'll see what happens there. Just quickly looking into this one on Eurochef. This is a perfect example of an engulfing candle, which it is, and you'll see in a minute, but it's not a mad golfing in candle. So 2 parts of my strategy have been met. Oh dear God. Excuse me. 2 parts of my strategy have been met. I just need to make sure that the engulfing candle for me is a mad strategy engulfing candle. And it isn't. And it's a good job I didn't take it. Although, to be honest, I think I was probably dead to the world anyway. So, green candle here. It does not engulf this wick. Yes, engulfs this wick. Yes, the high is higher than the high, and yes, the low is equal to or lower than the previous low. I mean, low or open, whatever. Okay, behind me, excuse me, I'm knackered. But the wick did not. And if I'd have entered, it would have taken me and then taken me straight back. So that is a perfect example of a engulfing candle, which it does engulf the previous candle body. It's not a mad engulfing candle. Perfect example of it not being a candle and why we shouldn't take that engulfing strategy. Boom. Check this out. A minute. Yeah. So on the swing side of life, not that kind of swinging, the trade kind of swinging, swing trading. There's another strategy that I have that I've informed quite a few people about that happened here. And look at the drop. I mean, you expect things on a daily on gas, you expect things like this. That's standard. It happens more often than you would think, especially when you go down a few time frames. So look at the 4 hourly. Look. Anyway, if you had followed or gone with one of my strategies around about here late last year, this would have been a very good trade for you. Let's just try and work out. Mine's still going. I'm not going to give the figure, but mine's still going for now. So let's go with, where is it? Do there. Currently 4,270 or 269 points. £1 a point. That's exactly what's on the screen. £2 a point, double it, £5 a point, times it by 5, all that good stuff. Look at that. Look at that. An average. So we take, let's go on to 4 hourly. Make it on the live. Let's go with the heady height. Mental. The heady heights up here. Average payout on that would be, where's my, just done it, so tired. Roughly 1,000 points. No, I'm looking at the right thing. Roughly 1,700 points. So you work out the maths for that one. It's a decent strategy, and people constantly telling me, oh, it don't work, oh, it can't work, oh, it don't work. How are you making money? That's because these people are on a lower time frame, let's say 15 minutes, and they'll enter here, and then by the time they get stopped out, or by the time it gets out, they've only made like 4 points, or sometimes in a loss, and they're up all night. Or they get in on this one and don't get out till here, or they might move their stop down and spike them out, or they're out here. That's only about 20 points. You got to know the market that you're trading. You got to know, excuse me, the best times to trade. You've got to know if there's something happening, FOMC, if there's Bank of England rates coming out, if there's a war going on between Russia and Ukraine. You've got to know if there's a crop issue. You've got to know if there's massive freeze coming, and people are going to turn their heating back on again. Oh look, it goes up. Then you've also got to think, well, no, hold on. Governments have started to pay out money to the gas and oil companies. This is natural gas we're on. So yeah, we'll take some extra cash from the consumer, but now we don't have to make it so expensive between companies now to buy, because that's what they do. If I don't know, if Sap Energy, made up name, has 10,000 customers and they need to supply gas to these houses, but they don't have enough firms or enough gas to do that, they will then buy it from a job lot gas company at a price, and hopefully at a lower price than they're selling it to you at, so they can make a profit. That's how business is. But recently, because the government have been paying your or our heating bill, some of it anyway, these I don't know what they're called, fuel acceptance, but whatever it is, but they're paying out. The companies don't need to make it as expensive anymore between them, because they're still going to get paid from the government. And you're on a fixed tariff now. They've jumped up the price of oil and heating and gas so far to you, the consumer, us, the consumer, me, that they don't need to be buying it from each other so extortionately. Anyway, that's my view. So it comes crashing down around about here, and it probably will return to steady. I would say steady money, and I would say the average of all of that is probably around about 3.8 to 4, and it might return to that over the next year or so. I wouldn't think there'd be like a 5,000 or 6,000 point spike in the next couple of weeks. But anyway, yeah, very decent strategy that. Not only working on natural gas. Let's have a quick look at oil. Dear God, look at this jib. So we had where's the C word? Where's COVID? Right, so we had COVID, and yeah, not many people were travelling. Not many people going anywhere. Couldn't go out, so pointless to fill your car up. But if you were going, for some reason, the price of oil was going up. That's what? And then OPEC puts a cap on it, and it can't go above a certain amount. I can't remember what the amount is now. That happens late last year, same as the gas thing. But even though fuel prices have still been going up, oil prices have been coming down. Why? Why is that, my trader? Well, I don't know the actual answer, but what I would have thought was big oil and gas now don't need to buy oil and gas from each other at extortionate prices, because they're getting a huge return back from the pumps that are buying the oil from them, the fuel from them, the refined oil from them at massively inflated prices. Anyway, again, I would definitely want to see this resistance 690 breached, and then I'd be looking for a bounce back onto it and away before it goes back up again. But I wouldn't see it going much above where it is. I don't think it's going to breach the £100 or the 1,000 pip. Sorry, the 10,000 pip area for some time. I think this might creep up over time and maybe even fall down a bit further as we start to pay out the windfall taxes, and we finally realise that companies can't support themselves anymore because everything's so expensive. So people are going to be unfortunately losing their jobs, won't be able to drive anywhere, won't be able to go anywhere, and it will be another mini recession if we're not already in one. Thank you very much. Funny enough, I was just looking at gold today. Look at the top corner of your screen, XAU USD. So the rest of my live MT4, that would be suicide. But anyway, I had a very good trade. Where is it? The doobity hourly. Now, if people keep saying, "Oh, moving averages don't work," and if you haven't worked it out, I do most of my trading on a moving average crossover, but I also do candle trading, so engulfing candles and the like. If people say they don't work, then why are people making money from it? It boggles my mind. It really does. It gives me a headache listening to these people on YouTube and Instagram and Faceplant and all the rest of the lunatic places. Even I have to use it here on TubeU and Bookface and all the rest of it. When I hear them sprouting rubbish, for example, oh, don't gold's going to go to 2100, and if it breaks back below, I don't know, 1860 was it? He said 1860 hasn't gone up there, but if it breaks back below 1860, we'll see lows of 1,000. How does this chap know that? There's no way anyone knows unless you're doing insider trading. There's no way anyone knows what's going to happen. Wish I did. Anyway, Tuesday 20th Feb was a good one. That's the candle entry. I haven't got it on here. It's on my MT4, but I'm not going to drag that over. Those of you that know about the Mad Fib, which is what I'm drawing now, this is not used on gold. But just for example, if you were to use this on gold, or if I were to use gold, it hit targets. My target is 261 or 300. Sorry, 261 or 3,000. 1 to 1.6 or 1 to 2. Which would have been a decent, it would have got there, hit that, and then some people are thinking, oh, it's hit the 200, it's going to fall back over again, and it's going to keep on going lower. No, not the case. And you should never, trade off the stochastic, because the stochastic was overbought. You sold there, you'd have been right back out again. Anyway, never mind. Back on the train, mate. Back on the trade. Back on the train. Anyway, I tend to go off on a tangent when things get in my. So anyway, there's the first one. Entered. 18, 16, 40. 18, 16, I'm looking at the right 40. So I actually entered late 18, 16, 40 here. Roughly. Either I was late to the party or whatever was happening. But I entered there. My targets were. I went higher. 1830 targets. 1830. So my targets were. Oh, that's one. Targets for 1830. Basically, on my MT4, I don't know why, but my MT4 from IG and IG Web Trader, which what you're looking at now, they're slightly different on the old candles, and the 200, therefore, the 200 moving average, therefore, is slightly different. So I was aiming for the 200 moving average, which is what this gold line is. Nice trade, made some decent returns, very good coin. Definitely going to get an ice cream holiday. But on my funded, have a gold only account. Okay, 1837.25. 37. Oh no, that's on. Yeah, so it was a cross. Where's it cross? Where's it cross? There's it cross. 37.25. So here. It wasn't. I think it was about here somewhere. Anyway, and it's still going because it did not give me an entry signal. It should have. Hold on. Oh no, hold on. What date am I looking at? 1837. 5, yeah. Top of this candle. Remember, it's slightly different on the live. It's very slightly different. And it's still going. Because there's no entry signal. No. So just for smacks and giggles, let's have a look, see what it says it was on here. So roughly there, it's 37 there. There it is now. 118 points might not sound a lot, but on gold, that's a big old move. A big old move. It's a 6.5% move. Excuse me. And if you were to, let's get my stupid jug. I said that one. Let's work this one out. That is a £118 move. Pound a point, we know what that is. It's £118. Even I can do the maths on that. But let's go weird. Let's say £3 a point. 154 since the 10th of March. Let's say, well, let's go with my £5.72. So 5.72 times 118. That's close. So it's currently 674 quid. If you were doing it, let's go for £5.70 odd at a point. And the risk, the risk is ridiculous. The risk would be come on, stupid viewer. Risk is 11 points. So yet again, what was it? 72, 74? Nope. 4 times, what was that? 11. 63 quid risk to make a lot more. But no, apparently it doesn't work. Currently, my stop is way down here somewhere. But I'll get out if and when I get an exit signal, which might be coming up shortly. But I would have said that this is going higher, certainly in the current financial issue happening. It's breached this high, you see. But what happens is we get little breach, little breach, little breach, little breach, little breach, fall over, which is ridiculous. But now we've had breach, which is a big breach. It's not a little breach, it's a big breach. And we haven't breached this high. So if we're going to fall over, I would have imagined that's going to slowly drip back up again, probably breach these highs and then fall back. But eventually, this year, I would have imagined, will probably reach 2100. I would have said, not financial advice. Don't take anything I say as gospel. There is no gospel apart from coffee is king. I'm going to keep on doing my analysis now, thanks. It's just getting ridiculously stupid now. I remember speaking to not Ron. Not Ron. It might have been Ron. Anyway, Ron or not Ron. I can't remember which. And ex-manager who will remain nameless, mainly because I can't work out which one he is on. But anyway, I remember saying to them, "Listen, do this with a couple of £100. And I told them exactly what to do, and honestly, you'll be amazed and astonished." And it was roughly the same as the gold. Yeah, there's no engulfing candle, but you don't need to. You go on the cross, you keep on waiting. You don't get out when the price goes below 200, you just keep on going. There's no end. There is currently, this is a high. This is a lower high because the stochastic has breached the line. It might want to fall over. It didn't here, did it? It fell over, what, candle and a half, 2 candles maybe to the, just below the 50%, and then carried on. It might continue on up. And here's the next resistance point that we've got, 12450, which it might reach. It might do. Under no circumstances should you just plonk yourself into a trade to go long with 88, 90 points of risk down to 200, because that would be ridiculously stupid. Don't do it. You need to have a reason to get in the trade. Time, money, reason. Anyway, yeah, but look at that. I unfortunately wasn't in this. I didn't take my own advice. I didn't get into this pound dollar long. And in fact, I thought it was going to go the other way, if I'm honest, because of what was happening in America, what is happening in America, and what's happening with us here in Britain. It's all zebra. I've no idea what's going on. I don't think any of them do. They're just plonking themselves in for a ride. Anyway, never mind. If we look on the daily, this is just stupid. If you see what I can see right here, then please, and this is one of my back tests, right here. Right? If you can see what I can see on this, please comment below, because I have rabbited on a few times about it. I honestly have. And it's getting tiresome now, because people who, weird. Some people who watch my videos watch them as a group, strangely, and they know who they are. And they will religiously go over each of the charts that I show, look at where I said I would have or did get in, and then they'll go back over their own charts and they'll say, well, we didn't get that, I didn't have that. And then they'll text me and email me and say, oh, well, this isn't happening, and that didn't happen, why isn't that happening? And it'll be something ridiculously stupid. It'll be something like on the on your price, you've got ask or bid. And let's do it now, right? So we're going to change it from mid to ask. And all you got to look at is this number up here and the candles maybe. Right? do, it changes. The candles jump up. The candles are different. Keep on looking at the candles now, because obviously that's gone up a bit. Look at the candles now. See how they move up and down because it's on the wrong price line. If I go to mid, it gives me a middle line. It gives me the best of both worlds in my eyes. And it's all on the PDF, people. Literally, I have a headache just thinking about stuff. But anyway, one of the back tests I did, it was on this engulfing candle on a Monday, but engulfed Sunday. So we think Monday 13th, we go down to hourly. Monday 13th, it crosses on was over here. Friday should have entered, but on Monday 13th, where is it? Stand by, caller. Nope, 4 hourly. Nope. Monday 13th. Monday 13th. Have another. It's kind of weird sometimes. These candles here on the web trader do not in any way, shape, or 100% do not conform to the candles on MT4 or on Pro Real Time, which is the Pro package you get through IG if you either pay for it or you trade a certain amount per month. So on Pro Real Time, I was looking on my MT4 and my sales sheet. An MT4, this is a engulfing candle. Engulfed, got took in, but took me out. But if you'd have stayed in, just because of the cross, those sticky drop down here, you'd be in for a nice little wedge, and it would have made on 1 to 1. You would have got your money back if you'd taken it. Or leave it, and it might make 261. But on my early, no, my daily, it's got down for entry on this candle. It's the first engulfing candle after a cross with the 261 above resistance, which it might get to. One last little look. Let's still look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's mental, by the way, proper mental. I would have imagined this is going to have another bounce back up again. Don't do it on the daily or hourly. Maximum would be hourly. When you do get to do it, I'm not saying do it on. I'm not saying do it at all. And if you are going to do it, I'm not saying you have to do it on IG. The spreads are huge, and the stop has to be absolutely massive. But anyway, I would suggest doing the cross or engulfing candle on the hourly. This cross here, for example, that would have been an immense winner. What's that? Just eyeballing it, that's going to be at least 2,000 points. 2,000 points. And if you just left it, that'd have been another huge winner. Yeah, small loss. Yeah, small loss. Excuse me. Winner. And so on the cross, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop 5 above the 5th previous candle. Just let it ride. Just let it go. Once it hits your target, it hits your target. If you want to come out here, come out there. No biggie. You're still making a little bit of cash. Do it again, and it comes back down to resistance. No, support, sorry. Nearly. Bounces from there, and then just... You can do this. He's not on this, doesn't watch me. I'm not even sure he watches any YouTube traders, but chap I work with, which is what I was looking for. I'm sure he had quite a lot of another coin. Anyway, you can look at it on here, and that'll tell you where. Well, for me anyway, it'll tell me where I should be heading for the trading stuff. Ether, slightly weird, in that it used to work very well on the old cross. Then it wicks people out all the time. Excuse me, it wicks people out all the time. But when it does go, it goes quite far. Just out of shits and giggles, and because we're in a frickin' session, so I would say. Long gilts, bonds. We are looking at wick reversal. I would have imagined that's going to come down. It did. Imagine it's going to come down, maybe even touch the bottom of 103.29 before reversing back up again. But this is the long gilt, so this is till June. If you want to look at 10-year US, it's all red. I don't know what this 3-monthly euro dollar doing popping up. That should be binned, but all red. That should give you a indication of where we're heading. Certainly with ETFs or electronic traded funds, this is where you put your money into this ETF, and this ETF will track whatever it's going to track. QQQ, for example, or you can trade it yourself. You can pick, let's go for any. The Global Silver Miners, that only tracks silver miners. You could trade this yourself on a cross or on a daily engulfing candle. Let's see if we can find one. I've never traded this, but let's see if I can find. There's one. There's an engulfing candle. I've never traded these, but if we did do that, fib, spot, fib again and over, it most easily hit those targets, or my targets anyway. Although it's it's quite heavy on the old margin. You're looking at 242 points, but oh, I've got someone coming in. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. My oldest princess came in. How are we? Anyway, bloody hell, 47 minutes, 48 minutes. Yeah, so what did we say that was? That's 200 and something, 242 points is minimum pound a point for me. So £242 risk. That would have been 398 returned. I mean, come on. There's another one. I'm just quickly golfing over it now. I missed any? Probably. Not many. Longs, let's see if there's any longs. Oh, there's a long one there. That would have whipped you out. You've been out for that one. Came back down and took you out. Wouldn't have been in that one. Depending on what you were looking at, it could have probably been in that one. But this looks as though it's decent for swings and daily engulfing. And if we have a look at options, which I never do, just scare me. In fact, let's not even look at it. Shares. Let's go with Tesla. So, I remember talking to one of the guys from Canada. Was it a couple of years ago? I think it was. I think it was just as the lung disease from China took over. So before here, I think it was around about here. Even earlier than that. It might have been earlier than that. Anyway, they were short Tesla. Couldn't see how he was going to make money. Couldn't see how Elon and his wispy ways were going to sell cars. But it's not the fact they were selling cars, they're selling a dream. I actually didn't know anything about it. Knew Tesla, obviously. But still wasn't going to get in at 1700. Sorry, 1750. Still not going to get in now, if I'm honest. Too rich for me. But how wrong they were. Well, yes, it came down a little bit, but then bounced off of here, which is support here. Yeah, I've been saying, yeah, because I'm tired of saying it wrong all night, haven't I? So it bounced off support, and it's just kept on going, didn't it? Look at that, it rocketed all the way up. All the way up. The heady highs, 41,527, that's cool. And it's been a roller coaster round and about. And then I also remember talking to some guy who was watching a live stream on YouTube. I remember. I'm so tired. He was watching some Gumpy live stream, and they were saying, "Yep, no, Tesla's up for his second bounce higher." They're all thinking this is the one bounce. Not there's a bounce. Keeps on going up. So they were long Tesla, and it's just got down. There's this thing. Yes, it says new down there. There's this thing here. You look at the client sentiment. If you could do it like day by day, which you can't historically, 53% of people that trade Tesla on IG think that it's going to sell, or that they are selling it. They are selling it. Now, either they're selling it at massive pound per point, and only taking, a couple of, 10, 15, 20 points, maybe it's 100 point profit each time. Well, they know something different, because 76% of trades open have a long position going. So here's what these know. The market will always go where the money is. So if you're long Tesla, your stops are down here. And if there's, 20,000 people, and we won't know, but IG will. If there's 20,000 people long on Tesla, let's make it easy for my brain. If there's 10,000 people long on Tesla, and 10,000 people trading Tesla, 7,600 of them are long. Where's the most money? The most money is at the longs stops, which are down here. Probably. Well, I would have said these are right. Excuse me. It will probably pop down again. And if we were to look here, if we could look back here at this point, there'll be longs there. Now they've been stopped. Well, they took an opposite edge out as well. So I don't really know about Tesla. I wouldn't want to hazard a guess. I would say long term, it'll be around about here. It's kind of in the middle of its upper bracket. I would have said here's probably a good average price if you want to just muck about for a few hundred points. But I really don't know. But yeah, Tesla's not one to do a golfing candle or a cross with. And let's look at a bank. So, right, so HSBC Holdings. Oh my God, go away. All the bank stock that have been taking, a kicking. Certainly in the UK. These lot, HSBC, have been making a right coin since 2020, haven't they? Made a good old return back at the heady highs, close to. And then they had a big old shock. I think it's because they were exposed to what happened in America. Excuse me. We've got a little bounce off the 200. It shot below but closed above. Went up. It did shoot below. It closed below 200, yes, but then immediately after today, that was Friday, immediately after today, it's closed above it. For me to be going long, any banks really, but HSBC, we're going to need to see the daily stay above 200 and the 400, which is a minute, and then on the hourly, I'll enter on a engulfing candle. And we'll see whether that brings any joy to the world and all that jazz. Currently, I'm in to Aussie dollar US tech. Take a look at tech. What am I? I am long US tech. Not entirely sure. Why did I go long US tech? There would have been a reason. I'm sure it's in a video somewhere. But anyway, that'll probably good return in a few months. Anyway, I'm out. Send me a message. WhatsApp, Telegram, what's the one? Discord, or leave a comment here on the YouTube and I'll try and get back to you. Probably not going to do many more of these. No one seems to be joining. Or if they do join, it's a fleeting join and then leaving. Yeah, let me know if you want any of these, need any of these. Just want to rant online at me, with me, and we'll go over some stuff together. Thanks, but no thanks. Later.